This is Morten from INKISH. We are still at the LabelExpo. What a surprise, right? I mean, but actually this issue I have looked very much forward to because if you look at all the machines and all the things we see in the market, you sometimes forget that to drive all of that is, of course, a bunch of software that needs to work. Otherwise, it will not work. I guess that you agree on that, right, Chuck?
Absolutely, it won't work at all.
Good to see you, Chuck. So, CEO for Amtech. I think when we're here at LabelExpo, I think that people also know you very well by Label Traxx by Amtech, right? Tell me a little bit. I mean, what is the Amtech?
So Amtech, we're a software company. We focus on really 4 primary markets: corrugated, folding carton, flexible packaging, and labels. We're an old company. We're 44 years old. We operate in 43 different countries. We've got about 1,250 plants we support. And 2 years ago, we bought Label Traxx. And Label Traxx was a great acquisition to get us much more into the labels market, and which is one of the reasons LabelExpo is so important to us, because it's a great place to come and see all the other vendors and meet customers.
And is that both in the US version and the European version?
Yes, I was in Chicago last year and now here in Barcelona. Yeah. This show is great. It's giant. Yeah. I've been to a lot of trade shows my whole career. This one is one of the biggest I've been to.
Before we talk products and the companies, which I think is exciting, let's talk a little bit about Barcelona, because I think there was a lot of people who was like, oh, moving from Brussels to Barcelona was a big change. How is it for you guys? Are you? I mean, you come from the US, obviously, but do you care whether it's either place or?
For me, it could be either place. I think this facility is quite nice. And listen, Barcelona is a great place to come to go out, when you're not at the show, to enjoy the food, the people, the beaches.
Totally, agree. Okay, now let's talk business, right?
Perfect.
I mean, we can always talk about the funny things, right? But one of the things that we spoke about before we turned on the camera was obviously also that you were, recently you got a really good financial partner, like a private equity company, that basically have told you go big, right?
Yes. Yeah. So
that must be nice.
For me, it's outstanding. So 2.5 months ago, we were purchased by Vista Equity Partners, and Vista is one of the largest private equity firms. They have over $100 billion in invested assets, but they only focus on software companies, and they're really, really good at software. And so what Vista does is they buy companies that they believe have good technology, but they believe they can help them grow. And so Vista is investing very heavily in us to expand our products, to move our products to be cloud native products. They're very focused on the cloud. And the other thing Vista is very focused on is artificial intelligence, not only to make Amtech a more efficient company, but to embed AI into our products to provide better value for our customers. And I had to go through an assessment. We have an AI score for Amtech, and they expect every year that score is going to get higher and higher.
I actually think that, I don't know if you're familiar, but we have also a website called INKISH News. And I think that you had actually issued a press release just a few weeks ago about that AI score, right?
No, it just came out.
It just came out? Okay. I was just thinking, because I think it must be nice to have these, let's say, different kind of scores, because you basically know, as the CEO of a company, you know where to put your effort in, right?
And with Vista, because they only do software, they have about 100 software companies in their portfolio. We get to learn from all those other companies. So they bring all the executives together, all the product people together. They do AI seminars, but everybody learns from everybody else. So I don't have to go try a bunch of stuff. I can come to you and say, hey, what worked for you? And I can copy it, right? It speeds time to market for me.
And what about, the hundreds of companies they own? Do you see any of the other companies they invested in as potential synergies with Amtech, or?
There's some. So they have some companies that do some marketing stuff. So they own SalesLoft, which has Drift, which has a tool you can put on your website to interact with people with a chat bot. So there's some of that, but they don't force you to work with the other companies. But what they do is they survey all their companies and say, what's the best tool for this or the best tool for this? So they can recommend products that they know work really well.
Then you also told me an interesting thing, that in Europe with Label Traxx, you are maybe not the biggest player, and you are considerably larger in the US compared to Europe. And you said that one of the things that's interesting with investment, now you want to change that balance a little bit, right?
So Vista invested in us to grow us. but they know to grow it, they have to make that real investment, not just in us. So we've got approval. We're going to be hiring 50 people in the EMEA region over the next 12 months. And that's going to be people in sales, support, services, product development. Because I know that we serve manufacturing, and if you're you have a plant, right? You want your partner to be close by to be able to service you. If you have a problem at 2 in the morning, you want to be able to call and get help.
But you also want a partner where the owner is having so much belief in the company that they invest in the growth, right?
Yes.
Who wants to work with a loser?
Well, or somebody with stale technology. I mean, look at kids today.
Yeah.
I say kids because I'm older, but people want user interfaces that are easy to use, that are very graphic. They want to be on their mobile phone or on a mobile device. They don't want some old green screen application. So that's one of the other exciting things about Vista, saying, hey, here's all this money, update your applications, update them to be more mobile, to be cloud native. And that's going to put us, I think, way ahead of our competition.
And that is, of course, because, I mean, with the 50 people in Europe, of course, you have to handle different legislations, you have to handle different languages, because this is a different kid on the block compared to the US. But I guess that when you can handle that, you can handle the rest of the world as well, right?
Handle the rest of the world, and we will build out a good partner network, right? We don't have to do all of it ourselves.
So you will be looking for partners in the countries where you really want to establish yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah. But that sounds like a fantastic journey, and I mean, for you personally, is that like changing a lot in your life on how you see management and how you see your role as driving the company forward? Or
I think it will force me to be a little more strategic. So I've hired 5 new people on my direct team over the last 6 weeks. So we're bringing in a lot of executives that can help us grow. So I can focus more on strategy. But I believe if you look at our vision as a company is to be the global leader in technology and software solutions to the packaging industry, there's 2 things that I want to make sure is always true about that. If we're going to be the global leader in technology and software, we have to continually invest in our products and be better than our competition. And we're going to do that. And we're going to be focused on packaging. We are going to be the best at providing solutions for our packaging customers, the deep domain experience, the products. We're not going to get distracted by going after other industries. And that's been our vision. Vista's aligned with that vision and giving us the investment to go see that vision through.
must be so nice.
It is great.
I'm not stopping right now because I could talk with you forever, but we have a few more things we need to talk about because we're here at LabelExpo. So I have at least 2 questions or 2 topics I would like to talk to you about. One thing is, of course, being at LabelExpo has been, well, it's been success for you. And secondly, and you can take whatever order you want, but I was thinking about when we look at Label Traxx and you talk about the competition, how tough is the competition? Because when you have a system that handles, let's say, everything in a label converter, it is production management, it is resource planning, it is pricing, it's all the things that you need to do. How strong do you see yourself in that part?
Listen, feature by feature, we line up very well with our competition.
So that will not be that's not where you see the difficulties.
That's table stakes to me.
Yeah.
What's important is, are we delivering the support and the services to our customers when they need our help? Can they trust that we're going to be there? Are we continually investing in our products so that they know that they pick somebody that they can be with for the next 20 years? And we've got customers that have been with us for 20 or 30 years. So, I want to be that partner they can trust. Me personally, I've always worked in smaller industries. Not that packaging's tiny, but one thing that's true about smaller industries is you got to be able to, if you say you're going to do something, you better do it, because your reputation's super important. And if you deliver a great customer experience, people will be a great reference for you. They'll work with you on projects. You'll sell more to them. So customer experience is the #1 thing I've focused on with my team every year.
And then last question, has this show been great for you guys?
It's been great. We've met a bunch of potential new customers. We've met new partners here that we can potentially work with here in Europe. And it's like a family reunion coming to us. You see the people that you see at every conference.
That's how we Europeans are. I thought you knew that, right?
Yes.
No, it's great to see Americans and Europeans working side by side. I like that.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Chuck,
Thank you so much.
Likewise.
Bye now.